All right, welcome. I hope you have a tea or some kind of drink. This is my Santa Claus one, but I use Christmas mugs all year long. I like them. They just give me a good feeling. So anyways, what is it that you like all year long, regardless of the time? This reading here, we're going to do a little bit of a reading on magic. Now, I have no idea what this is going to be because I haven't pulled any of the cards. And so when I'm saying magic, it could be like how to have a little more magic in your life, or, you know, anything. Actually, I have no idea what's going to come up, but I'm going to pull these cards anyways and read for you. My name's Amy Thomson. I'm a spiritual, intuitive business strategist and healing artist. And my mission is to help people live and stand in their authentic truth, as well as helping them bridge the spiritual and the material worlds so they can have all the wealth and abundance, but also have that inner abundance as well. Okay, all right, so let's see what you got for your cards today. You got New Moon in Capricorn, Step Up and Lead. You got Last Quarter Moon in Scorpio, which is Reveal What Needs to Be Seen. And then this one here you got in inverse as well. This is Last Quarter Moon in Sagittarius, Practice Gratitude. Okay, so let me just tune into this. All right, so there's a bit of an acknowledgement and a warning at the same time that's coming in. Okay, so first off, Spirit is acknowledging that you have been taking action and you have been stepping up to develop yourself in a new level of leadership. Okay, and when I say leadership, it's when I say new level of leadership, okay, it's not necessarily the same kind of way that people think of leaderships. It's like you're allowing yourself, your inner self, to take the lead, and that's worth being acknowledged, right? There's also something about like you're starting to step into your own comfort and your own power, and you're revealing some things that do need to be seen. The challenge is the warning is like, don't get too incredibly comfortable to the point that you fail to recognize what is so beautiful about this. Okay, like you want to make sure that you're maintaining appreciation. Okay, not everyone has an opportunity. Well, I guess everybody has an opportunity, but not everyone recognizes that they have an opportunity to step into their personal power the way that you are stepping into yours right now. Okay, there is a bit of magic to it. There is like, I'm thinking the law of attraction, but I'm thinking like an inner knowing, really starting to trust your intuition and allowing things to flow to you instead of you working so hard. Okay, the next card you got is Show Up. Okay, so you've got Step Up and Lead, Show Up, Reveal What Needs to Be Seen, but then you got Expression in Inverse. So there are still some things that you're holding back from, and it just might be that they're not ready to come out yet, but you can start to sense that there's a timing for them. All right, now you got Home, Upright, Rebirth in Inverse, and you got Communion in Inverse. Yeah, that's all for this one right now. So Hestia. So I believe Hestia is like the goddess of the hearth and the home. Okay, and when you're in this power and you're becoming your authentic self, it's like this again is a bit of an acknowledgement, but also a bit of like a, hey, pay attention to this. So the acknowledgement is that you're starting to really make your home and the spaces around you more resonant to what it is that is good and decent and proper for you, right? And so by bringing in the different senses and allowing your feelings, when I say feelings, I don't just mean emotions, I mean like physical textures and touches and things that make you feel good, or like visuals that make you feel good. When you bring in anything that's going to give you a bit more of a sensual experience, but that resonates with who you are deep down, it's going to be able to add a little spark and joie de vivre in your life, right? So that's exciting. You got Rebirth in Inverse, all right, and Communion in Inverse. Okay, so you're very, very much in the material right now and thinking less in the metaphysical or less in the spiritual areas. What would be very good for you is to recognize that there's a balance between like the physical aspect of everything, and the inner. Like this here is talking about an inner and outer game, and for you to be able to have the magic and miracles that you really want in your life, it's not just about balancing it, it's about bringing this dual nature and allowing it to express itself as if it were its own creative being. What I'm getting at is, okay, you want to tune in with the part of you that is really in communion with your higher self. Okay, if you're not connected with your higher self and you're just living from ego and you're getting out there and you're doing all of the things that you need to do as a leader or as a professional or as a parent or, you know, as somebody who is committed to their goals, right? You're going to lose sight of that inner sense of satisfaction, that inner child, that inner love, that inner innocence, and you're going to lose that sense of self-expression and freedom. Okay, so you want to be looking at those little pieces inside of you that are calling you, and they may be so subtle and so quiet, you might barely be able to hear them. It might be like, I want to do this, you know, I want to do this, and you might be like, yeah, I'll get to it later. But you've got to make sure that you're listening to that little inner voice that's saying, you know, this is important to me. You know, often what I find with people in the Western culture is they ignore the inner callings for sake of achieving results, but they don't really get that results come from the combination of having the external and the internal, acknowledging both. Let's see how else we can bring some magic to your life. Okay, you got, oh my god, these just came out in the last reading as well. You got the Father, this time in inverse, and you got Aquarius in inverse. Okay, and I'm going to come back to that because there are more cards I want to read. I feel like these cards in particular are tied to some certain stories. And I cannot pick it up. Okay, here we go. So pull some messages from the tarot. I don't know if you say tarot or tarot, but tomato, tomato. Okay. You got the three of wands to the left, sorry, to the right and inverse. What else do you have? Anything? Okay, and you got, okay, I don't know if you were here for the last reading, but this one also came out in the last reading. Okay. This is kind of neat. I like when these things happen. Okay, so the Three of Wands is envisioning the future. Now, because the future that you're envisioning right now is not as filled with your authentic self and your truth as you would like it to be. It's more of like a material based, yeah, I want to have this, I want to do this. I may have some goals, like I might want to go on a trip, or I might want to take my friends or family here, or I want to do this. You know, it's very superficial is what I'm getting. It's like, no, not superficial. That's not what it is. It's surface level. Okay, different things. Scratch superficial from your mind. It's very surface level. And the message is for you to be looking at what it is that you want to birth, right? Like, what is it that you really want to birth? But don't look at it from just a goal setting standpoint. Like, don't look at it, this is not a logical exercise in this regard. This is a purely intuitive. Like, what is it that your inner guidance is saying? Like, if you were to tune out everything else, even if you need to pause the video and get a scrap piece of paper, pause the video and be like, what's calling to me? Like, if I can create and have anything, what is calling to me? Now, even if you don't write something down, what you want to do is connect with that thing in your mind and connect with that feeling and allow that feeling to be there for a few minutes, because the feeling itself, it's like the feelings attract. You're putting out a vibrational signature. You're putting out some kind of electromagnetic force when you have feelings of things that authentically connect and resonate with you, and it makes you feel good. Like, you cannot not feel good when you think about the things that are really calling to you, right? So if there's something that shows up and then your logical mind comes in and says, yeah, well, you can't have that, or that'll never work, or, you know, how's this going to happen when blah, blah, blah. Remember, this is not a logical exercise. This exercise right here has to be 100% with your feelings and emotions. That may be hard for you. The thing is, we have different types of manifesting, right? You've got your non, like you've got your defined way of manifesting, and that's when you like know the details and whatnot, and that may be more familiar with you, right? But you've also got the non-defined way of manifesting when you're connecting with a feeling. So when you say, what's calling to me, and you get this feeling and it's like a nice feeling, just allow the feeling. You don't need to hold the picture. You could hold the picture, right? Because we can still manifest with pictures, and the more senses we bring into things, the faster we actually connect with stuff. But for some people, it's actually harder to hold these thoughts and these emotions and feelings. So the exercise for you is to, if you want to create more magic in your life, you want to connect with the feeling of magic and the feeling that anything is possible, right? Anything at all. And you will attract more things and start to manifest. Abraham Hicks always says, you know, there's a 17-second rule. So when you can have a thought and you can maintain that vibrational frequency of that thought for 17 seconds, it starts to bring other like-minded, like, you know, likes attract likes. So it starts to attract thoughts that are similar, right? And then before you know it, you can start the momentum towards something that's really going to, you know, bring that into your life. Now, this can go in both, like, oh, I had a terrible thought, or I saw something on the news, and then the next thing you know, you've thought about it for 17 seconds, and then you see all these bad things and whatnot, and you're like, holy crow. It can be either or. So pay attention to your thoughts and the feelings they give you, and do some like tuning in to feel like what makes you feel like really good, like insanely good, incredibly good. Okay. Yeah, you want to allow your visioning and your passion and stuff to lead the way, and allow that to kind of shape your future. Be open. If you're not even open to magic or miracles, like if you're not even open, then like, why are you watching this video? But if you are open to having good things and having that, you're good. You got the 8 of Pentacles, and you got it in inverse. This next one. Now, the reason you got it in inverse is because you've been honing your craft for a while, and you've been developing your skills, and you're pretty studious. Like you're pretty good. You're pretty smart. You're not an idiot. You know what you're doing. But again, this is going to be something that's going to make your life so much easier. When you start tuning into this vibration and this frequency, it's like everything that you've worked on and all of your successes that you've achieved so far, it's just going to be amplified so much. Like you don't have to focus so much on it, because you're going to start to do the energy work that's going to help you to manifest and have the results you're looking for faster. Okay, what else do you have? All right. Very cool. 10 of Pentacles. You see that? Didn't I say you're going to get the results faster? Yeah, so 10 of Pentacles is like basically having all the wealth, right? Like you've got everything, all the security, you've got the abundance, you know, you've got any of the material things that you want. You're really like solid in your, like you've got a really good solid foundation, prosperity, right? And so this is beautiful. Yeah, so this reading is saying to bring in magic into your life. You're going to want to start to reveal what needs to be seen. And this revealing what needs to be seen is actually for you to reveal what needs to be seen to you. Okay? This is doing the inner work to connect with those feelings that are like beautiful and resonate with your soul. Okay? It's not hard work for this. This is something that when you do it, you're going to feel just so good. So that's the most amazing thing ever. Congratulations. Definitely congratulations. I would love to hear in the comments below what it is that you connected with, if you're open to sharing it, or if you had any challenges with doing this exercise, or like whatever your thoughts are on this reading. I would love to hear it. 1, it supports the channel. 2, I'm just curious as ever. And 3, it's going to allow me to see what's needed and provide you better, more valuable content as I move along. Okay, so be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in another reading. Bye.